All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're live. Now, we did number 13 yesterday during class, so that shouldn't be a problem. We did number 15. Questions on number 14. Any questions on number 14? Well, first off, you got to be able to, in order to have questions, you got to be able to work it. Where's yours? Where's yours? Why ain't yours done? Flip it. That's a one-step just above. Okay. I'm seeing a lot of blank sheets. You got to find time to do the homework. Yes, ma'am, Miss. Okay. Why don't y'all take about, I don't know, 15, 30, 45 seconds and work it out. And let's see, or review your thoughts from last night. Let's see what issues or questions that we can get clarified during this opportunity. And we will pause it and give you time to do that. Okay? Here we go, folks. First things first, we draw our line, we identify that's a variable, this is a number, that's a number, variable, and a variable. We have, when we talk about multi-steps, I listed out yesterday, we have things like distributive, we have things like combining like terms, we have variables on both sides with numbers on both sides, right? That's what multi-step looks like. And maybe some distributive on both sides. Doesn't really matter. Those are little things that when you get done with them, you analyze what you got and combine like terms. On this one, what do you see on the right-hand side? Go ahead. Come on, folks. What do you see? Like terms. What are these? What does that give me? Negative what? Negative 7x. Good. 1 minus 7x equals negative 6x plus 9. Ladies and gentlemen, please be aware that you have to, at this point, you need to identify them again. Because you actually have not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 possible starting points. And the really cool thing about it is, it doesn't matter where you start. All of them will be correct. Now, we will have different things, different numbers, well, we should start to see the same numbers, but maybe you'll have a different sign. That's where the difference is going to come in, okay? In the very end, it will all take care of itself, I promise you. So, I'm curious on, what did you move first? Because our objective is to get our variables on one side and our numbers on the other. Okay? So you got to move them. Moving contains 2 operations, a choice. What are the 2 operations, guys? Come on. Addition or what? Good job. So, what do you want to move first? Okay, let's move the negative 7x. So if I move that to the other side, what's it going to look like? A positive 7x, right? We're doing what's called the inverse operation, right? If it's subtracting 7x, we'll add 7x because what we're creating is 0 pairs. We want it to go to 0. Now, what you do to one side, you must do to the other. That's a property of equality. What would it be here? Negative 1x? No, 1x. Good. I'm going to put 1x here, even though if I just put x, it would be understood that there's 1. But that helps my mind know where that 1 went, right? So I'm okay as I'm working this out in the beginning, kind of getting comfortable and understanding. Later, this year, you may just put an x there, right? All right, what do I do with my 9? Nope, my 9 comes straight down. Remember, I'm just taking care of my 7x right now, right? And my 1 comes straight down here, and that's 0, right? All right, have you seen a problem like this before? Yeah, if you look at that 1-step, 2-step sheet, it had x plus 9 equals 1, or a problem that's very similar to that? Sure did. Right over there. See that stuff right over there on the board? X plus 13 equals 5 and x minus 2 equals 6. Those are things that you've seen before. So what it's doing is it's getting it back to a look that you should be more comfortable with and confident in your abilities. That's the key. And that's what you need to do. That's how you become successful in math. Okay? Yeah? Okay. Now, there's my equals. Who are we going to move now? The 9. Because we move my variables from the right to the left, we'll take my numbers and go from the left to the right. That's a positive 9, so how do I make it go away? That's exactly right. Good job. That leaves me with x now equals what? Negative 8. Questions? You done what now? You moved to 6x. All you got to do is move one of your variables. It doesn't matter which one. I could have moved to 6x to begin with, and we would have came out with the same answer in the very end. I would have probably had a negative x equals positive 8, and then divide both sides by negative 1 is probably what it would have come out to be. So we would have the same numbers, but maybe some opposite signs. But when you perform your last operation, then we will be 1 for 1. Okay. Any questions on that one? All right. So that was number 14. That's not that one. All right. That's number 14. I need you to do number 16. Okay. Based off what we've done thus far, let's see if we can gel a little bit. Let's see if we can take what misunderstandings, misconceptions, and get past them. You ready? We'll stop the video and let you work. You got a minute to go. Okay. Boom. Number 16, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go. Here we go. You're going to see some things. You need to work number 16. Okay? You're going to see some things that are familiar to what we have done before. What was the first thing that we done? Talk to me. We drew a line down the what? Yeah, to be able to determine whether you got a left side and a what? That's exactly right. Then, do we have any parentheses? No, so we don't have to distribute. So if we don't have to distribute, we better identify. Ladies and gentlemen, do you see something on the left side of this equation? I see 2 numbers. Can I have more than one of the same thing per side? I do not need that. So I need to combine. What is 1 and negative 7? Negative 6. Good job. 3n minus 6 equals 4 minus 2n. Now, ladies and gentlemen. Yep. I've got negative 7 and a positive 1. Negative 7 and a positive 1. Think about that. I have a 0 pair with one of those. It leaves me with negative 6 left, right? 7 take away 1 is 6. Keep the sign of the larger. Now, how does this compare to the previous problem midway down? We are still left with a variable number on one side, a variable number on the what? Other. So, That's exactly right. We're going to do what we did before, and what we did before is we're going to pick a point, any one of these 4, and start to move it. So, where would you like to start? Where did you start? The 2n? Not 2. There's not a 2 up here, and it's not just 2n, it is negative 2n. So, we got to make sure we're calling it by name, right? So, if it's a negative 2n, we need to do the opposite, right? So, plus 2n, and then plus 2n. Draw my line. Negative 2n, positive 2n, they're inverse operations. They create 0 pairs. They go to 0. The 4 comes down, equals, what's 3n and 2n? 5n minus 6. Ladies and gentlemen, what do we do now? Come on. We're going to do what? We're going to add 6. So 5n equals what? 10. Do I have my variables on one side, numbers on the other now? Yes, we do. Now I divide. Why do I divide now? What's the question I need to be asking myself? Come on. What is happening to my variable? That's the question. It's being multiplied. Multiplied by who? 5. So if it's being multiplied by 5, we'll do the inverse, which is what? Thank you. What is any number over itself? No. 1. Any number over itself is 1. That's what we create. See, when we add, subtract, move stuff, we create 0 pairs. But when we're doing the inverse operation with multiplication and division, what we are creating is a positive 1 for that coefficient, which means that we're good. We got the x solved by itself. What's 10 divided by 5? Thank you. Positive 2. Fair enough. Ladies and gentlemen, any questions on that problem? All right. But you have to know what you're looking at, right? If you don't understand what you're doing on these problems, it's like just go ahead and blindfold you, give you some paper and pencil, and hope you can just do it from there, right? That you're not going to fare well on that, are you? So that's what I need for you to do. I need you to understand that you're smart enough to understand what you're looking at and what it's telling you, and then what to do with it. Fair enough? Good job. Now, okay, so that was up to 16, right? Let's go 17. Now, I'll leave the answer up there so that when you get done, you can go, yes, good. But we're going to give you 30 to 45 seconds. Did you have to distribute anything? Do you have to combine like terms? Well, I need you to think about what you're seeing and what it's telling you, and then get started on working towards solving it. We'll hit pause, and then we'll pick back up in a second. You got 35, 40 seconds to do this one. What's the first thing we do, ladies and gentlemen? We draw a line down the middle. Good job. Now, what else do we do? We have to identify who we're working with, right? Yeah, that's why on football and basketball and all these other team sports, they have different uniforms, right? You got to know who you're playing against, right? So we've got a variable here. What's this? Number. Variable. Number. Ladies and gentlemen, how many starting places do I have?
4.
I have 4. You're exactly correct. Where would you like to start? Where would you like to move first? The positive 2? Okay, so if I move to positive 2, how do I get rid of it? That's exactly right. What you do to one side, you must do to the what? Love it. Love it. Music to my ears. 5x equals, that goes to 0, right? What's 4 take away 2 or 4 minus 2? 2. So that's 4x plus 2. Ladies and gentlemen, it's okay. You don't erase it. We're going to come out to be the same thing. I need you to see something here. I'm going to move the 4x to the other, what? Hey, guys, I'm going to take the 4x to the other. How do I move it? No, baby. Adele, hello from the other side. Let's go. How did I get the 4x there? Subtract it. Good job. It's the inverse operation. I'm moving things, so it's only adding or subtracting. This gives you 1x equals 2, which is x equals what? Now, listen to me. Okay, hold up. Hold up. Let me show you something. I'm going to show you that okay, hey, watch this. If I were to take the 5x to the other side, I want you to see something. And then I'll divide both sides by what? Negative what? Yeah, because see, I can't stop until it's a positive 1. So I got negative 1, which gives me x equals what? What's a negative divided by a negative? Positive 2 divided by 1 is? Thank you. So did we come up with the same answers? Yeah, but I started at a different point, did I not? So you've got to understand that even though I may have picked a different starting point, in the end, we're all together. Right? Okay. Now let's go nerd out a little bit more. Any questions on this one before we go? You're an undercover nerd. It's okay. Dude, chicks dig it. Chicks dig it. They like the nerdiness. Trust me. All right. Yes. Huh? 25? Let me get to, I need you to do number 18. 25, I'll show you answer 25 if you want to check it. Do you just want to check it? Okay, ladies and gentlemen, here's your answer. To check your work, please work it now. Now, let's look at this one. We're not going to identify anything yet because we need to clear our parentheses by distribution, right? Distributive property. Now, that's 4 minus 20v equals negative 40 plus 2v, right? All right. Now, at this point in the problem, I'm going to identify. I'm going to draw a line. And I will go number, variable, number, variable. Ladies and gentlemen, do I have an opportunity to combine like terms? I do? No, I don't have more than one of the same kind on a side, right? All right. You redeemed yourself. Okay. What do you want to move first? The negative 40? The 2v? The 4? Okay, let's move it. If it's positive 4, it needs to be quit racing. You don't understand. There's 4 correct starting points. If you'll race your work and you started somewhere else, you still could be right. You have to understand that. You do not have to start with 4. You can start with negative 20v. You can start with negative 40. You start with positive 2v. It doesn't matter. Pick one of them, but do it. Okay? You got to do it. So we're going to start with 4. We're going to move it to the other side. So that becomes positive, becomes a negative. That becomes a 0. It's the inverse operation. It creates a 0 pair. This negative 20v comes down. Negative 40, negative 4, negative 40, negative 4 becomes what? Negative 40. That's exactly correct. Negative 44 plus 2v. Now, if we moved our number from the left to the right, we need to take our variable from the right to the... So let's go negative 2v. That goes to 0. It leaves me with negative 44 equal to, what's negative 20 and negative 2? Negative 22 what? B. Good job. Now, do I have my variables on one side and numbers on the other? Yes, I do. What's happening to my variable? It's being multiplied. Who is it being multiplied by? Who? Not 22. I don't see a 22. A what? Negative 22. Good job. So it's been multiplied by negative 22, so we'll divide it by negative 22. What you do to one side, you must do to the, good job, other side. The negative 22 divided by negative 22 gives you a positive 1. Okay, they cancel out. V equals negative 44 divided by negative 22 is 2. Not 22. 2. How we doing? Are you making some simple mistakes here and there? Okay, listen to me. Hey, right here. If you are headed in the right direction and you're making simple mistakes, how do you fix that between today and tomorrow? Okay, you're correct. You study. But what I really need for you to do is to practice. Now, how do you practice math? You take a you take a problem, you write it down on a separate sheet of paper, you rework it, and then compare your answers. Okay? You have worked out solutions on just about every problem on this sheet, do you not? Whether they're in your notes, I'm not done yet. Whether they're in your notes or we've worked them together as a group, right? So what I want you to do, what problem was this one? Let's do 19. How does 18 differ from 19? Or how does 19 differ from 18? Hey, it's the same look, but different numbers. Welcome to math, ladies and gentlemen. If you understand what to do based on what you're looking at, all we're doing is changing the numbers. Take about a minute to work it. Ready? Go. This is the answer to the question that we just finished up. So go through it, look at it, and bring questions tomorrow to class.